Again, thanks so much for joining us on Morning Live Sport. We head straight into a very exciting interview. Netball South Africa has officially announced the under-21 national squad, the SPAR Baby Proteas, for the upcoming 2025 Netball Youth World Cup, which will take place in Gibraltar in September. It will be from the 19th to the 28th of September. So to talk to us about the squad, we are joined by Coach Precious Mthembu. You've seen her beautiful face on our screens before, but we also have a new gorgeous face, Phophi Nematangari. She hasn't joined us before. She said she's not nervous because, hello, she's just heading to the Netball World Youth Cup. Not true, eh? Thank you so much for joining us. Precious, we were just laughing off air because I said, when I looked at the history of this tournament, there are two nations that stand out. And we know that they do when it comes to netball, but it's crazy to see New Zealand, Australia, New Zealand, Australia, New Zealand, Australia.
Boring. So bored.
But then I saw that we did have a third place that you guys have had a clean sweep against, and that's Jamaica. So that must give you some encouragement. It must be something that you're like, yeah, it's our time now, I'm sure. That's what you must be sharing with the girls, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. I think we haven't had the under-21 tournament such a long time. I mean, we were supposed to go to the one before COVID, and COVID came in and destroyed the kids' dreams and my dream, and Coach Ash was also in there as well. But I think it's their time now to try and break that system of those two countries. But I think the Jamaican tour was quite valuable for the girls, and it was a confident boost, and just to see that we can break through, because in the senior level it's Australia, New Zealand, Jamaica, England, so they're in the top four. So we want to be named also up there with under-21 team. Yeah,
Phophi, I mean, that's something that I know that you've been chatting with the girls about. There's your formal role as captain, but then there's also a teammate and someone that needs to encourage and motivate the players. What has the conversation been like with you guys heading to the Netball World Youth Cup and knowing that you have a chance, you have a strong chance this year?
Yeah, I think it's just going in there, and we have the confidence. We've been winning, so I think that confidence just
it's a nice wave to ride.
Yeah, so I think just go with the wave, and with that same wave of just enjoying netball, because when we get to such stages, we get so focused on the pressure and everything and forget enjoying the game, and that's all it's all about playing netball. We love the passion, so just enjoy it. I
think it's so important that many of us played netball in school, but whether people have progress to continue watching it, I think it's important to constantly educate everyone. So I mean, this is the pinnacle of youth netball. The format is 20 teams. We'll talk about the group now that South Africa has been drawn in. The Baby Proteas have been drawn in. But give us a sense of the journey to date. It's been quite an identification process for you. Probably 3 years in the making, looking for the right squad.
I think, excuse me, especially in the past year, 2 years, we started with the qualifiers, where we had some senior players playing in the, you can see it on the screen. Most of them obviously were too old to play now, but we kind of used them to qualify. We played, the African countries, which we did very well. Then we took the team to various events, tournaments, played the SPAR National Champs, which we also started identifying them. Then we went on tour to the Jamaican series. Then we just played now the TNL, So staying close, keeping an eye on them and watching how they're progressing from competition to competition was quite valuable and important. And to see how they can put up the pressure, because that's the world stage is going to be like that, how they're able to handle anything that's going to be out there. So it's been quite a process, but it's for them emotionally, it was quite harsh on them. But someone got injured and they were given time to recover, which was good, and we wanted to select the best.
You're nodding there. Tell me your thoughts about what Coach just mentioned now.
Yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a long journey, and having injuries come in, niggles, it's always a constant battle of, I need to perform constantly. So it's been...
Because that's the thing about team sport. We saw that with Banyana last night, right? Something happening to one of your athletes affects everyone so much. And you all want everyone to be, at the highest level of their game as well. But you mentioned something important, and I want you to touch on that, Phophi, is that you spent a lot of time with the girls, and that's what you need going into a tournament of this nature and of this level. You've had a lot of contact with your players, and you've also had such a great transition from playing yourself to coaching.
Yeah, it's a different stage. It's a different seat. It's a very hot seat. but I've really enjoyed it. I'm a young coach. I've learned so much from other coaches around, which I've been around. I'm Coach Elsha, Jenny, other coaches I've been coached by when I was a player, Noma Plama, Karen Strauss. I can name so many. I think I'm blessed to be coached by them, and I've just sucked them dry with all the information. Now it's a time to pass them to the youngsters. Why not? There's no point of keeping it. I think my retirement was based on that. It's to not just to wear the dress anymore, but give the information out, and it was time for me to do that. So I'm really enjoying. I'm a baby coach, and taking these girls to another stage and being on the other side of the table. I think I'm just going to be there to learn so much and bring back something valuable to South Africa.
Don't worry, Phophi, I'm not going to ask you difficult questions. You're coach, right? Yeah, but I can see as you're smiling and nodding that you've enjoyed being under her leadership. And I'm sure it's also a goal for you is to become a coach like this that's played and then is able to coach a team to so many victories as well. Your thoughts just on having such close contact with your coach and the leadership of your team as you progress to get here?
I think it's a privilege to actually be coached by someone who's been a SPAR Protea. And I mean, also our assistant coach is also Coach Pumza Maweni. So just that, having a coach that knows that what we're going through right now, it's amazing.
So talk to me about your group quickly. If you look at, let me just bring that up quickly. You've got the island nations of Togo. Let's see who else is in there. It's not Barbados, Malawi, Fiji, Trinidad and Tobago. You've done your research, your analysis. You'll continue to do so. But how are you feeling ahead of that group encounter?
I wouldn't say it's an easy pool or a hard pool. Also, I think we've had a close look at all those countries, the all island countries, and Malawi is our sister team from Africa, which we've had an encounter with them in Africa qualifiers, which wasn't an easy game as well. They play a different style, African style, which we obviously have been trying to adapt for quite a long time, and we were able to look close on how they play. Barbados, they had a run against Jamaica, which they lost. I mean, also they could have a different team, different players in there. Fiji, I think I kind of know how they play in the senior level, their style, at which obviously I will need to pass that information through to the girls. So yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to see how we do in that pool. But I think there's good hopes with the players which we have. I think there's big names there. I think the whole country has watched these girls play here now so closely, and it's exciting to see that the country has had an opportunity to be part of the selection because they've been playing on TNL. They've been out there on the public, so it's quite exciting. It looks like everyone is happy with the team. So
we won't get into the stand-up players because we have like 20 seconds left, and I want you to give an encouraging message to the young girls watching you that have these hopes and these dreams out there. From both of you, what would you say to them? And even perhaps coach to the girls that never made it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of future. I think they're now in the system of Netball South Africa, so there's going to be looking at them quite closely, and it's not the end of the day of the world. There's life after the World Cup. Amazing.
Phophi, what are your final thoughts to all the netball girls watching you this morning on TV?
I say continue working hard. Hard work does pay off, and enjoy the game.
Still find the love for the game. That's important. And as Coach Precious just mentioned, she's like, it's not over. If you didn't get selected, there's still other opportunities. And if you're watching these girls, know that if you work hard and stay consistent, you could one day be representing South Africa as well. So thank you so much for chatting to us. It goes so quickly, Phophi? We've been chatting to our SPAR Baby Proteas, Coach Precious Mthembu, and also our captain, Phophi Nematangari.